do that every time. Woo, that was a ride. Alrighty. Yes, I do, Sarah. You're gonna get it, by the way. I hope you got my message on your video. Thank you so much. and I will, Hunter. Y'all like Sublime? From the wicked carries away captivity. Choir from us a song. How's that? How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange day? So let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable in thy sight. Override. My wife loves to do this live stream and stuff. She had the best time. If you ever go back to our first video together, had the best time. And then I was like, you know, all trolls welcome. And then, you know, because I took on this other personality there online and on YouTube, and it was just toxic for her to be around, honestly, and it took the fun out of it. And I needed to be better. Okay, so I'm adjusting my own self. And I saw some of what he said today about me. It was a little, I only watched for a little bit. Kathy Jones, I want to say thank you. That's it. She was the bigger person today, put it that way. And, you know, I've been watching a lot of those videos, yes, taking my notes and all that stuff, man, but I'm ready to drop the whole bullshit too. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous, and let's all move on. But it depends on, you know, I definitely don't want to come onto his channel to promote myself. That's never been the case. I've never tried to do that. I've just tried to have the conversation. I think people know that. I'm not trying to promote myself, but I do want to read what y'all are saying, so I got to keep these big shiny glasses on. Here we go, y'all. It's a good job, buddy show, and every which way you go. You can drink us with the beer, you can stick us in your ear, and we'll be right by your heart. It's a good job, buddy show. Have a seat, there you go. Stick your thumbs in the air anywhere that you dare, and you'll be doing your part. It's a good job, buddy show. Hunter, you getting a lot of love lately, man. I saw Cal talking about you today. That was cool. What's up, Sherpa? He was eating him some meat today. God dang, that was making me hungry. Just watching that stuff. So, how's everybody doing? Let me try to do this where you read what the people say, Eddie, and then you respond to what the people say. Let's try that. Sarah, you're one of my favorite people. Cindy, if you're out there, you are too. Bob. Some people can be pretty critical, but then they're fair. Like Skittles, I think, is very critical but fair. And they seem to really just have like the people who put up videos back. So I appreciate that. And then there's the people who aren't. And then, you know, I don't appreciate that. But I'm just sick of fighting. So it was, Sarah. I actually today got so worn out from walking that I actually collapsed. I was trying to drink water, and it may have been too cold. I don't know. Maybe this has happened to you before, but I needed a big gulp, so I got in some shade. And I took a big gulp, and I got a knot right here, and it wouldn't go down. What's up, Quinn Sanitation? Ha! I got it. First time. A big knot right here, right? And I was like, oh my Lord. And I was on the side of the road, literally flopping around like a fish. It knotted me up so bad that I didn't know, like I was punching myself trying to get it to maybe come back out. It felt like you ever, I don't know, maybe this has happened to you too. Like you swallow something a little big and you know it's like having trouble going down, trying to get down. That's what happened with the water. And then I ended up just like, not puking or anything, but I kind of had to regurgitate some of it and then allow some of it to settle. It was pretty horrific. And then when I got up to walk, my legs, thank you, and I got something for that, Goonie Hunter, with Eddie Spaghetti. I'll tell y'all what people used to chant at me on the school bus. But yeah, I got it. My legs were like spaghetti, actually. My legs were all rubbery. I couldn't walk. I had to call a friend to come and get me. I had to go out and just kind of chill in some shade for like 30 minutes till somebody got there. So then I came home, and I was talking really slow, and I was like, oh, here we go again. See, sometimes I overdo it, just trying to truck through it. Yeah, heat exhaustion, Sarah. And I did it again today. So, hey, Skittles. How are you? So anyway, when I was in 3rd grade, this is the only year in my entire childhood where I actually had somewhat of a decent year. My mother had me move in with my grandparents, and I went to 3rd grade with my grandparents. Not with my grandparents, but living there. But every day the school bus would come pick me up. And I have these big glasses and freckles, and I'm redheaded and all that stuff. And in unison, it was started by a dude named John Sloop. Let me see, is this where it is? Yeah, let me see if I can fix this. I don't know if it's a camera or my glasses, but let's see. I think that's a little better. Anyway, it started with this dude named John Sloop, and he used to sing, Eddie Spaghetti got meatball eyes, put them in the oven, and they make French fries. Did you get that? Let's do it again. Look at my eyes, too, by the way. They've always looked like this. My son's eyes look the same way. Eddie Spaghetti got meatball eyes, put them in the oven, and they make French fries. Every single day for the entirety of the 3rd grade, they would sing that to me. And I was like one of the last people to get on the bus. So it was a fair chorus. So that happened. And yeah, I knew we need to drink lots of water. And Big Nick, you're going to be the first person I ever blocked, man. What's that say about you? You can't let that shit go, bro. You're a fucking kid. Yeah, it was Big Troll. But I didn't know that's what it was then, you know. Like, I didn't get it as that then. I just was like, wow, I am certainly out of the loop. Like, you know, I didn't want to sing it about somebody else. I thought I would never want anybody to feel the way I feel. It was very embarrassing. The deal was, though, yeah, I was the new kid, and I look like I look. I'm an easy target. I do have a beer tonight. I have to cover up the label, I suppose, but I don't fucking care. It's Hopium. IPA. The slow drinking beer. Thanks, Big Troll. I try to be, and I got into my skis a little bit here recently. You know what really helped was looking back at my own self. So like I get an average of like 25-30 comments a day on these videos, and maybe they're like half and half. And you know how the bad stuff always sticks out. Yeah, that's right, foothills. And so anyway, I started looking at my old videos again, and then how'd you like me climbing the wall? What's up, Nick? I thought, wow, that's just not me, man. Y'all don't really get to see me. You're seeing the reactionary guy, the guy who's counter punching. And you know, it's just not my style, really. Honestly, my style is just chill. I like to make people laugh. And in fact, watching Cal's video today, his buddy, forget his name, I apologize, is a comedian, and he puts his camera on the tripod, and he goes to open mic nights, and that was an idea I had. I wanted to do the same thing. I didn't know if you were allowed to or not. I hope that we'll be able to. Mike Cavio, that's right, Bob. And I want to do the same thing. I'm probably not, the funny part is going to be that I'm even doing it, I think. I'm probably not going to be funny. And thank you, Sarah. I do need to, Nick, walk somewhere with sidewalks. But yeah, so I think I can, I feel like I've said this before, but God, now I forget his name. God, I'm forgetting everybody's name. Kevin Smith, the director, said when he was asking Joe Rogan about, when Joe Rogan was talking about how nervous he was the first time he ever went on stage, and Kevin Smith was like, well, aren't you like always the funniest guy in the room? Like in the living room or whatever. Are you funny in the living room? Are you living room funny? And it stuck out because I am like the funniest guy in the living room. It doesn't hurt that everybody in the living room is comatose. But yeah, I'm the funniest guy in the living room. Family's good today, y'all. Amber and Demps took a walk. You know, it was so hot and the air conditioner's broke. And we've got the money now to fix it, but they're going to be a few days. So they may not even make it. It's a chance we might not even have this thing looked at until Monday. So we've been huddled down, or they've been huddled down, and I can't really go out until late, you know, when it gets cooled off. So they went out to go play at the park, which gave me a chance to do this. And cheers, Lola. Also, if you see him anywhere on here, S. Malta, I want to talk to you, man. I want to know how it went for you. Thank you, Nick. And thank you, K. Moore. I didn't know what you asked. I'll go back there. See if I can. Okay. I'm ever going to visit the Slabs? I'd like to. I really would. It was. And since I watched Into the Wild, I was about to say Gone with the Wind. Since I watched Into the Wild, I've been enamored by the Slabs. You know, I have this romanticized view of it. But then after this shit kind of went down, where me and Kaz kind of went at it. I seem to have taken on the moniker of being the most hated person in Slabs. Hey, Kathy. I hope so, Kathy. I like the blower's blowing. You know, it seems like it seems like the unit is doing what the unit should be doing. That may be out low on Freon. You are probably right, Skittles. That's probably a really good idea. Even like this back porch, taking everything off the back porch and setting it up in that same sort of vein. I dig camping and stuff like that anyway. I don't know about y'all, but like when I go to bed at night, I have to imagine myself actually being somebody who's either like a stowaway on a plane or a truck, or having found some place with shelter. And I even play like rain noise on the phone to make it sound like, you know, I'm sheltered from some rain. So like I fall asleep pretty quickly when I make myself believe that I am like being sheltered from some sort of, you know, hardship. So I don't know why that is. Why in my mind, in order to be comfortable, I have to be surviving in some way. So I will, Equin. Can't believe I've been saying that wrong all this time. I'm going to blame that on other people. How about that? Mitchell. I don't believe that. Kaz did say he appreciates me watching his videos, which is fantastic. Typically now, because if I got work, I'll do it really early or I do it really late. I'm either watching his videos. I'm usually not watching them live anymore. So I'm watching them after the fact. But, so yeah, I wasn't there when he said that I was there, but I did watch later on. And I just, again, want to say thank you to Kathy for taking the high road. Kaz won't do that. Evan. He's, man, Cause is, like, up here, y'all. I am way, like, right there. He's here. I'm, like, there. You know, I'm actually, like, there. And the truth is not, though, that I was trying to plug this channel in any way on his deal, on his stream. I really did just try to talk. I don't know. I got fired down. I got shot down. Kathy made the attempt today to get me unbanned, and but Cause says you're only as good as the 5 people you hang around with. I'm not trying to hang around with you, Cause you know, just let me get up in there and sing a song for you. Yeah, so that actually went pretty well last night, and I guess if it wasn't so late, I could have played later, played more. Bob the Builder. Thanks, Bob Bobson. This is actually the old GJB, if there ever was one. You know, my dad first, and my husband, qualify 1A, alright? We'll say 1A. And I feel like I'm a pretty decent friend. I've never, like, picked fights or started shit with anybody. I'm a counter-striker, I guess, in that way. But I do have a, you know, I can't sometimes let things go, and you know, it's always like, no, you said this, you said that, and then, you know, those are character defects that I have. Simple as that. Got to go work on them, man. I got a cold, Evan, from sleeping underneath the window, but you can imagine if you want, since you hang around with so many tweakers, that's what I'm doing, if that's what makes you feel better. Thanks, Nick. Try not to be. Actually, I got a really nice comment. Here, let me see here. I wrote down, I don't pay attention all the time to the comments as they stream, but I am now going back and reading the comments. Even though I'm not actually, I don't necessarily watch the stream, but I'm reading what y'all are writing. And I wanted to point out, Chris Tater Nuts. First of all, I love the name, the way it works together. Chris Tater Nuts. Exactly, Skittles. I mean, like, yeah. Pull up your britches and find out something else. Figure out another way to pick on me. He said that you helped me get through shit just watching. Lets me know I'm not the only one who has issues in life, essentially. My handwriting's horrible. So I want to say thank you, and that was the intent, is that if I just live it out in front of people, that perhaps people would relate to it. And even if it doesn't help them or me in that way, it could, you know, having it in front of people to show you that I'm not afraid to be who the fuck I am, you know, that's really kind of what it's doing, what I'm doing. I don't know, especially this one, right, that dude? I mean, if you're gonna troll somebody, go get somebody good, man. Go get somebody with a lot of, like, somebody like KSI or Jake Paul, one of them. Zane's awesome. Zane, you know, I like what he does. I like watching what he's doing, what he's trying to do. It's pretty cool. Evan, I'm just not, bro. I mean, here, I'll tell you what. I wonder if I can show you my prescription bottle. Maybe Kathy can let me know if I'm allowed to do that. I put my prescription bottle up to show people what I take, which you can't take with that, man, with that stuff. Thanks, Mitchell. If I can, I'll show y'all what it is that I take, what's prescribed to me from a doctor, and maybe that'll help you people who think I'm on heroin. Do I look like a person on heroin? Oh, and by the way, in what pocket is the money that I can afford all this shit? To be getting crystal meth heroin. What else have I been? Crack. Where's these dollars coming from? I just lost that one. Don't cut my hair. Alright, let's see. 1's for shave my head live in front of everybody. And 2's for leave my hair alone. Evan, you can't come up with something better than that, man? Come on, man. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks, Twin Day. Look, when I do this, there was something valuable in there. Y'all probably actually saw that fly out of my face, and I'm actually sorry that you did, because I can see that that was gross. God, I'm sorry. What's crazy is I used to install HVAC for like 4 months. I installed it, you know, but they never taught me how to diagnose anything. So I know how to put in a new one, basically. Take out the old one, put in the new one. I know how to handle all the duct stuff. Jail sucked. It's probably kind of the same thing of anywhere you've been in jail, Evan. Cabarrus County Jail sucks. There's 15 levels you got to get to where they put you. So there's no like Clint Eastwood in your way out of that mother. You're gonna be there, and they didn't give me anything, so I didn't get to write anything or do anything. It's just you and your head. I did not eat, Nick. I told them I was hunger striking because I was mad that they had arrested me, and I thought that it was violating my freedom of speech. I need to worry about a helmet before a haircut. It's funny, you're right. I should, falling out, walking. But this is the disaster known as my hair. There. These things. And I know I'm not pulling it off. It's not. I know that it's not being pulled off. But it is what it is. Okay. Leave it alone, leave it be. Alright. We'll see how it weighs out. I'm going to cornrow it. Maybe. I'm a manic depressive. I haven't been diagnosed as that, Bob. But, you know, my mother was it's not she was a therapist. She had her master's degree in psychology. And my mother would tell you that your child at, like, let's say 8, 9 months old was showing signs of ADHD or something, right? That's my mother. So, yeah, my mother always wanted to diagnose me with something. I'm like, Ma, you know, just give me some time here before you diagnose me. She was drug testing me in high school when I wasn't taking any drugs. I just a little bit left of center. And that's just kind of how I've always been. I think that's probably why, you know, I find myself in the same chats as you all. You know, I do things a little differently. I'm an artist, but, you know, in my own way. Like, I play music, I write. I'm a writer, I write a lot. I'm a poet, you know, I can freestyle. I can have things just pop in my head, and I'm pretty good about saying things that you would have said, but I say it before you say it, kind of stuff. Evan, man, you keep rolling out the hits, cuz. If that's the real Evan, you lived with a child molester. How about that? Fat fuck. Oh, did that come out? I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean for that to come out. Here comes the dead stare. Skip that one. Jacksonville, Wallace, North Carolina, buddy. Let's hang out. All right. Definitely. The look on my face was scary. Was it, you mean the mugshot, or when they were arresting me? And did I look scared, or did I look scary? Skittles. What up, Greenville? Yeah, I can freestyle. You're gonna ask me to. I know it's coming. When you went in the joint to confront the scum. Oh, that day. Yeah, that I was. See, the thing about that was, I knew I was going to be kicked out, and they weren't going to like me being there. One of them is much bigger than me, and he's older by a decade, but he's bigger, and I know he's got a trick knee. That was all I was thinking. I was like, he's got a trick knee, Eddie. Remember that? You got to kick it out. But I just figured that was, so I was kind of pumping myself up, you know, and I was definitely on adrenaline at the moment, like, because I know these people. This isn't like I don't, you know, that's the really crazy stuff about this, is that we, like, knew each other and interacted for months, even after the fact. There was plenty of interaction. So this was going to be the first time that I let them know that I know what's up. So it was like, woo. I had definitely a lot of adrenaline going that moment. And I just started feeling better. I remember I was not feeling well. I'd been off of heat exhaustion for 2 days before that. And then literally just started feeling better like an hour before all that started. You need to not talk about that. Alright, Red. Red could very well be my lawyer. I'm not very sure. That's good bones. Evan. Why are you even on here then? Ta-ta. Little bitch. I'm trying to take on a whole new back to the way I used to be, Evan. I mean, why would you want me to? Why you wanna fight with me? Oh, I know. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pine where the sun don't ever shine. And then I shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? Well, I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pine where the sun don't shine. And now I shiver the whole night through. Her husband was a hard-working man, just about a mile from here. His head was found in a driving wheel. The man's body never was found. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In a home for wayward girls. Fuck you, Evan. You ain't got shit, bro. Why don't you scram, you little fly? I'm not gonna ban you. You can keep posting shit and letting these people tell you what they think of you. Why don't you do that? That'll be good for your ego. You're a fucking waffler. And they're right. Because that's not, You don't talk that shit off of air at all, do you? Because when you're talking to me in emails and shit, you're talking a whole different way. But that's cool. I know he ain't about nothing. He ain't about having many teeth. So yeah, man, somebody requested, I believe it might have been Skittles last night requested that song. I can sing the shit out of that song, and when I do, I typically do it just like Kurt did in the on the DVD, or you know, in the MTV Unplugged, and I scream and my veins blow out of my neck, and my neighbors typically complain because I get that loud. So I didn't want to just get all in that, but I love it. That whole the Unplugged album is one of my favorite albums ever. You know, they got lots of good songs on there, and then I start thinking about it, and I'm like, you know, like Oh Me and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm not gonna be all shame that guy wasted his life on hardcore dope. Yeah, get him far in the music world, man. Who could write like that, right? Like, how in the lyrics for like Heart-Shaped Box, for instance, take just that. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out the lyrics for Heart-Shaped Box, and then be like, how can anybody put this together? You know, umbilical noose, things like that. Just woo, love that shit, bro. Love it. Mm-hmm. Did you anger? Did you anger? Did you use your finger? I'm not gonna, I don't know, man. Kurt was a genius, Mitchell. He kind of, you know, broke my heart. I think if anybody was a big fan, that was our, like, you know, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin moment. By the way, I love Janis Joplin. I think I can even play that one song that I really love. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna try to. That give me an idea. I'm not gonna swamp fox. I'm just gonna chill. Look at me. Look how chill I am. I mean, honestly, there ain't many people as chill as this right here. Absolutely chill. Right? In fact, I got a little over chilled right now, and now I'm getting stuck in this position. So he's saving it, Josh. He's working it. He's working it. He wants me. He needs my voice in his ear. He needs to hear the bass in my voice. He's got me in his headphones, and he's letting that vibrate his little eardrums. That's what he's letting happen. No, you know what? Thanks for reminding me, Sarah. It's time for some exercises with Eddie. Typically, the good wife holds this for me. I don't mean to put y'all up close to my man boobs. That was horrifying. Let's do it like this. Alright. So we like to start out with some heaven stretches. You should definitely, like, warm up before doing heaven stretches. But they gotta be like that. You gotta watch the fan too, because if you do, that'll hurt. So they go like that. Like that. That. Like that. Ow. You can throw your shoulder out if you've had problems with your shoulder in the past. And then, you know, back slaps. Very important. If you're going to fight somebody, this is a key technique. That's a big time key technique. Another thing I do to practice, one of the most important things you can have in the ring, in a fight, in general, is patience. Being able to wait out your opponent. So literally, like, just doing nothing, waiting. So what I'll do, I took it from Karate Kid, I'll admit it, but they use chopsticks to try to catch flies. I'm like, that's a little too easy. And so I use my fingers. And I don't see one right now, but yeah, try to catch flies between your fingers. You know, I spent 14 straight hours doing it the other day. I never caught one, but man, my patience, if I was a boxer like on a video game, my patience level would be 99, because that's how much patience it took to not catch a fly between my fingers for pretty much my entire waking day. So, all right, Evan, I called the restaurant on you and told them about your vids. Ha 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 ha. All right, buddy. You're still working that angle, aren't you, man? And John thinks maybe that's funny. Voodoo in here. What's up? Yeah, you want to chug this in one drink? You got it. Oh. Oh, look at there. I'm all thrown away right here. Let me see if we can cover the appropriate stuff. Maybe not. It's down here at the bottom. Yeah, okay. Try to cover the appropriate stuff here. See if I can show you here. I'm just trying to cover the information stuff. But right there, backwards as it gets, and that's what it takes. And that's how I manage without having to be on opioids. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? Anyway, when I lived in Seattle, I got to go out to Kurt Cobain's house. I went to every one of the houses Kurt Cobain lived in. It was there's a book called Heavier Than Heaven. It's written by John Schermfargen, and he's from Seattle. And while I was on the radio out there, we interviewed him, and in the book, he gives you the addresses of all these places that Kurt lived. So, you know, I was out there in 2000, 2001, 2002, so, you know, within a decade since his passing. So I got to go to all the places that he lived. I went and visited, I took pictures. I went under the bridge, you know, the underneath the bridge, and the top has sprung a leak, something in the way. I went underneath that bridge, and there's graffiti like everywhere and all, and I took some cool pictures. And so I literally like post-mortem stalked Kurt Cobain. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy, you've become an ally. Hey, John, get the hell up out if you're going to do all that. Oh, well, I don't know what he said up there, so, and I know that Kathy knows who you are up there. She's been awesome, actually. One of the only mods that I've seen out there who has, like, you know, Kathy's got more than just redeemable qualities. She's level-headed. You know what I mean? She could see things from both sides, and that's not a gift that everybody in these chats has. I went to jail, man. Yeah, dude, they arrested me and took me to jail. But yes, I do too, Sarah. I feel like her and I had we had a brief, like, banging of the heads, but she always listened to try to see both sides. And Kathy, you speak eloquently. I should talk to you. I'm sorry, that's rude. You know, you put things when, like, you were trying to make a point to me, you were very professional. How about that? And then I also saw you, without you even knowing that I was watching, stick up for my wife and stick up for me. And when everybody else, when not everybody else, but some people were trying to do what this Evan's doing and shit. And I think it's mighty noble of you. And I really do appreciate it. You know, man, and I may just start blocking people, even though I don't really want to. I want to bring Amber back on and have her be able to have fun with me. And I feel like what ends up happening is the more the Good Job Amber types, Trent, and the Evans, you know, they I don't know. She doesn't take it very well, and then I don't. And I also don't want to be like Tommy in the way that it's distracting, you know, where you go into it and that's all you can handle. Like he had like 7 mods one day. It was just nothing but mods on there, trying to handle all the BS. I don't want to do that either. So I really am going to try to stick to not blocking anybody and just see how that works. And then when I'm ready, I'll hand out a wrench one day, possibly. Maybe that'll happen. That may have to happen. I don't want to. I wanted to be able to be the dude who didn't. But there are people who want to take that subject matter and run with it. Like they're so... You know what it tells me? It tells me you don't have a female partner that you care about in your life. Which is sad. You know, you're probably lonely. Yeah, see, Evan, you don't know my wife like that to even be able to call her that. You're trying to troll me by talking shit about my wife. You would never do it in my face. You little short ass. Once you met me in real life, dude, you cower away in the corner like most people do when I meet them in real life. You know, it's all cool when we get on here, but 6 foot, 225 pounds of a former athlete in your face, people just don't really want to have anything to do with that when they meet me. So, just saying. Smoking it up, y'all. It's 4:20, right? I used to, I lived in a house one time, I was renting a room, and it was supposed to be, the guy who had the house was my boss. And he was supposed to be renting the other room out to one of the other employees, but that guy fell through, so he picked some people that he met at a bar to move in with me. And the dude had a colostomy bag, right? And she was alcoholic. She had suffering from alcoholism. I woke up one morning, I come rolling out like Saturday morning or whatever, and she's on the floor drinking a 24-ounce ice something. And I'm like, hey, good morning. And she's like, yeah, it's 12 o'clock somewhere. And I'm like, it's 12 o'clock here, actually. That's what time it actually is. And, you know, she meant 5 o'clock somewhere. But I was like, it's 12 o'clock here. And then homeboy with his colostomy bag, man, like, I guess he would unattach it and maybe not pinch it off or something before he could put it into the toilet or whatever, and it would get everywhere. Just what you can imagine that was like is exactly what that was like. So I hate to put that in your head, but yeah. Thanks, Equin. No, and I don't care. Good job. I'm sure he does, Stone. I'm sure he does. I mean, if that's the real dude, who knows? I think Evan's going to stay in Texas until he gets into a fight, so he can take advantage of the mutual combat law. Which is something to be inspired, you know, something to try to work toward. What up, Annie? That went out. Yep. sold I to the merchant shop. And it's after they took I from the bottomless pit, and my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We fought here in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? All I ever had, redemption song. You know, I only like to dabble because I don't want to wake up my neighbors, and it's hard to sing without me. Like, I used to play trumpet when I was in school, when I was a kid, and you have to hold the wind, right, and you have to keep that diaphragm and keep the wind sort of steady. It's the same sort of deal when you sing, and in order to do that, you know, you have to hold back some of it, but then you have to push it in a steady stream, and I end up being loud and raspy. And believe it or not, some of my neighbors, some of my mother-in-law's neighbors, don't like loud and raspy. So I try not to do all that. I can go to the slabs. No one there can touch me. I'm a god king. The serenade you with a freestyle poem. You there, who desires a poem, why should I freestyle you and not poem? I didn't say that the words would make sense, only that I could make them rhyme. And if I did it right this time, would I do it again next time? Who knows? Do they even need to rhyme? These are things we ponder as we wander and we wonder, what the hell is up with the world? Why are we even here to squander it? Right? There you go. I tried. I'm not a god king. That's the problem, you know? And I mean, shit, he's a god king. Jim Morrison was only lizard king. Thanks, Gabby. Thank you, Nick. It's because of the smoking and the years of abuse of my own vocal cords that I sound a lot like Kurt Cobain or a dead person. Country chicken buffet. Country kitchen buffet. I probably have. I don't know that that's the reason for this, you know, but I've gone into, what's that one? You know, like Golden Corral or whatever, but, I don't know, man. I don't even know if I would know the name of all. We have a lot of the stuff around here in the South. There's also like a lot of soul food places. I'm not a big fan of soul food myself, but there are those. And occasionally, you know, we working somewhere and you pop in and you're like, oh, so I might have been in a country kitchen. There's a good chance. Hey, Philip. You know what's funny is like none of the people who I went to school with or any of that kind of stuff are on here. But one of my best friends in school was Philip, and I literally had him in my dream last night. Oh, Whataburger Live. Now that I could do. I could take y'all up into Whataburger Live. Whataburger's great, man. Although I actually worked at a restaurant, a burger place called the Burger Spot up in Greensboro. But Whataburger's a different kind of burger than this is. But we made like 1 pound burgers and the meat was like the 99% meat. Everything was fresh. We you know hand made our salads and everything else. So that burger joint was the bomb. But yeah, I'll take y'all up into that stuff. I hope to do more of taking people places when we finally get our car from being fixed. Do some things actually. Jump some fences. Not illegally, but like, you know, jump over them and roll. I meant to do that last night too. I can't do it now. The trolls will make you famous. Don't even spread the gay. Yeah, and I usually try to come in and have like a thing I want to do. Like I want to get across either some this or talk about this or do this. I definitely wanted to say hey to some people who have been really supportive, and they're not always like kissing my ass. They're just honest. Kathy, you were the top of my list today. Chris Tater Nuts, I told you. Joshua Pierce, Sarah, Hemingway, Frick. My back hurts. Um, oh, I screwed up your chimney cleaning thing because I lost track of what you were saying. I didn't realize it was a pipe. You're going to want to clean a pipe. You can't use a metal brush. You got to use a poly brush. So I use a Viper, which is it's a wheel. It's like 50-60 feet long and has a brush on it, and so it rolls off the wheel like that. The Viper itself is like $750, so, and the vacuum is like $2,000. So, and hello James Lang from the UK from yesterday, and then the person from Maine with the long name, Kitchen Cooking Mamas something. These are people who I didn't get to say. Make my shout outs to Mitchell as always, Skittles as always, and I'm gonna come back bigger, badder, and better tomorrow, or maybe later tonight. I right now got to go track down Dempsey and Amber because I think they might have stopped walking and they might be watching right now. Matter of fact, Amber, if you're watching, let me know you're watching. Hey, Evan, real talk. If I ever get a chance to, man, I'd love to break your jaw and shut your face off for 8 weeks. See you, Skittles. And everybody else, thank you. Kathy, for real, thank you. From my heart. Sarah, for real. There she is, y'all. Say hey to everybody. Am. Say hey, Dempsey. Say hey, Am. Just yell it out loud. Alright, I'm shutting her down. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Remember, I do it for the smells, not for the views.